Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I just wanted to do a quick little update on my Magic the Gathering journey that I started 2 days ago. As you can see, we hit Diamond 4. Top percent of players. Maybe not, I don't know, because this game seems really easy. However easy that getting Diamond was for me, it may not be for other people. So I'm just making a quick little video to tell you guys about how I got to Diamond and my pathway from Bronze up to Diamond. Because 2 days ago, as you can see from my first video that I made, well, first Magic video, I started in Bronze 4, like 2 days ago, and now I'm Diamond Tier 4. Haven't played too much, as you can see by my mastery. Only level 8. That's not long, like I said, I've only been playing for 2 days. I do have quite a bit of hours in the game, though. I have played a decent amount of games, but not that many. So I just want to go through the decks that I used to get to Diamond, and this is one of them. It's just the spell power deck, the basic. I haven't added anything to it. It's pretty good against mutation decks and stuff like that, where they rely on having creatures on the board, where you can just stop them from creating creatures. Fairly strong. It kind of falls off. I mean, you do have Shark Typhoon. If you can play it well, and you can get off your big combos, or if you can get Shark Blade Typhoon down early on turn 6, then perfect. You're in a decent spot with this deck. So this next deck that I played is another basic deck, haven't touched anything with it. Massive Metageri, however you pronounce it. Crazy ramp, super strong, pretty ridiculous. You can just ramp into some crazy monsters. It's kind of annoying to play against control decks with this, so I don't like playing it too much. The good news is, the higher up you go, the less control decks you see is what I'm seeing. I seem to see a lot more like tempo or combo deck. You see a lot of angels, you see a lot of mutations, sometimes mono black, sometimes mono green, sometimes knights. Other than that, I haven't really seen too much. Very rarely do you see red blue once you get to like platinum is what I've noticed. So this deck's pretty good. The only issue with this deck is it doesn't have any counters, so you kind of just have to hope that you can draw quicker than your opponent can in order to actually get stuff on the board. Because like I said, it's really bad against control decks because you have nothing. You're kind of just sitting duck. Real quick, I just wanted to showcase a deck that I found online. I haven't actually played with it yet, but I have played against something similar. It's really strong, really cheap. It's just a little mutation deck. So if you're looking for a cheap mutation deck that's not blue and black or green and black, then I would highly suggest this. It just has, what, 4 rares, I think? Yep, I just went through. It only has 4 rares. It's just these two. So fairly cheap deck if you're looking to climb with. It seems like it's very strong. It beat me. The 2 times that I played against it, I won against it once, and then I lost once. Another good mutation deck that you can try that I've been seeing a bit of that I'm struggling against, not really struggling against, but it's a stronger choice, is green-black mutation. It's just, it seems like the best mutation deck. That blue-black just seems really bad. This seems decent, and then green-black I think is the best. At least that's my opinion. Could be completely wrong, but that's just what I've been seeing. I want this video to be as short as possible, so this is the last deck that I'm gonna showcase that's pre-made. Aerial Domination, self-explanatory, haven't touched it. I'm assuming there's a lot of upgrades I can do to this deck. Fairly strong, fairly straightforward for newer players. So if you're looking to climb with, I'm assuming this deck alone could probably get to like platinum, easy. Okay, last but not least, my pride and joy. So I found this deck the day that I started playing. I tested it out yesterday, and then I've just been climbing with it nonstop. Ridiculous. The reason why I actually looked up a mono black deck is because I was getting completely smacked by it. Mono black takes no skill, I swear. In reality, it takes a lot of skill. You have to know what you're doing a little bit. It does give you a lot of options. This deck is really good at giving you a lot of opportunities. You just need to know what to do with those opportunities, on which cards the best to play at which time and why. So it does take some time to get decent with it. If you have a history in Magic, it should be really straightforward. Easy to climb with. I have probably like an 80% win streak with this. I haven't really been keeping track, but I just win a ridiculous amount. Against Angels, White Angels, I probably have about 50 or 60% win rate with it. It's still decent, but depending on what the other player draws into and what I draw into, it's really how the matchup goes. It's iffy. It's probably 50-50 every single time you're going into a game on if you're going to win against Angels. Now that I know how to play this deck, mutation decks, which is what you see a lot of, no problem at all, really easy to play against. Red-green decks, I don't really know the name of it, but the average red-green meta deck that's going around, no issues with that. Obviously no issues with blue, because you play so many cards per turn that they just run out of counters. Real quick, I just want to go over how this deck kind of works. You have Faceless Haven, and then you have 17 Snowlands. 4/3 for 3 mana. It's decent if you have nothing else to play. If you're just kind of like waiting for a card and for some reason you're in a losing matchup, then good strong card, allows you to get extra damage in if you have like an even board state and nothing better to play. I use this card quite a bit actually, so really would recommend. Next we have this Mythic Rare card. I use this as a land more than I use this for its actual ability. I really need to find something better to put in this place because I just don't think this is that good. I never seem to need it in the slightest. So probably going to work on that a little bit when I go to like actually make my own decks and like try. So here's the main heavy hitter. Well, not heavy hitter, but here's the main card. So Lurrus of the Dream Den. During each of your turns, you may cast 1 permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. So we have 4 of these in the deck. You play that, then you can just play Mire's Grasp that kills the 6/6. You play 1 from your hand, and then you can play it again from your graveyard. It's ridiculous. Bloodsky Berserker. Whenever you cast a second spell per turn, you put 2 1/1 counters on it, so it's kind of ridiculous. You can play down Bloodsky Berserker, and then you can throw a Moji's Favor on it. And the way that Magic does it, this will turn into a 5/2. Pretty strong, and it also gains menace for the turn, so if they only have 1 creature on the board, it's a really strong turn 3 move. This deck also makes use of Call the Death Dweller, so if you ever lose Lurrus of the Dream Den, or if for some reason you just can't draw into any more of them and you only have 1 in the graveyard, bring it right back to the field. You can also use this comboed with Archfiend's Vessel to get a 5/5 flyer on the board. Just really strong cards. Now here's the main kicker. Hateful Eidolon. No idea how you pronounce that, but there it is. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you controlled that was attached to it. So pretty much, turn 1, Hateful Eidolon. I always want that in my hand. If I don't get it by 2 mulligans, then I just kind of say screw it and run with what I got. It's kind of rare that you don't get this after 2 mulligans. It's only happened to me a handful of times, but by that point I'll probably have something better to where I wouldn't even mulligan anyways. So we play this turn 1, then if he plays anything on turn 2, we can deadweight it, or we can Mire's Grasp it, get the card draw and the value, and then hopefully by that you turn 3 Lurrus of the Dream Den, which then allows you to play Mire's Grasp or deadweight from your graveyard again. And then also you get the card draw, and it's just ridiculous. Hopefully draw into another one of these, you get 2 of these on the board, and then you're just kind of unkillable. It's just a ridiculous combo, and it doesn't take a lot to actually get the combo started either. This deck does have 1 Murderous Rider in it, so I rarely ever summon this. I kind of just use it for the instant, and then if I have absolutely nothing else, then I will use it to exile card just to play this from the graveyard. That's if I have absolutely nothing else. Otherwise, it just sits in the graveyard. Never use it. I mean, it is useful as lifelink, so if you don't draw into anything else, then you can throw this on the board, buff it up with Mogjai's or whatever. Or you could do another combo. You can play it from the graveyard, and then you could next turn Demonic Embrace, turns it into a 5/4 for 5/4 flying with lifelink. It's kind of ridiculous. This deck has a lot of good combos. If you want to see it in action, I do have a video. It's the most recent video. It's called Mono Black Aggro or Mono Black Aura. I forget what I titled the actual video. It's pretty strong. I'm now currently in Diamond though. That video was recorded when I was in Gold, so I might do another one to showcase how this works in Diamond. And now that I've gotten actually good with this deck, that's a lot of fun. I highly recommend trying it out. It's not the cheapest deck in the world, as it has 11 rares and 3 mythic lands. You can get away without this, like I said. Just throw something else to filter through your deck. I wouldn't recommend putting a dud in this. As somebody who's never actually played Mono Black because I think it's gross and I just don't like the way that back plays, I've been having way too much fun with this deck. It's really strong and really enjoyable to play. You just buff up 1/1 creatures until they're actually unkillable, and then while also clearing their board state every turn and drawing more cards to clear the board state the next turn, and then so on and so on. And I've been having a lot of good luck with it. I mean, with this deck I climbed from maybe Gold 2 up into Diamond 4, which is what I'm at now. I haven't played a single game into Diamond yet. I might go for Mythic, although I don't really see the point to doing it. I might just wait for Magic to open up the qualifiers again because I just missed it by a month. I wish I started playing in March, then I would just grind to try to get into the Magic qualifiers. Because I am pretty good at creating decks, even though I haven't really been using any. I wanted to just climb with other people's decks to show that I can do it and that I don't need to create my own powerhouse deck in order to do it. Because I think it's easier if you create your own deck because you know the ins and outs of it, you know how to play it, and you know exactly what you need to do and what you need to get. So it's actually, I feel like it's harder to climb someone else's deck. Controversial statement, I know. Now that I'm diamond and can get some actual good matchups against people that know how to play the game, I think I'm going to start creating my own decks and then showcasing them on this channel. So if you're interested in seeing some really crappy BS decks that should be a lot of fun, hopefully, or just some really strong powerhouse decks that I'm hopefully going to climb with on other accounts or something, then please subscribe, like this video if it helped you. If it didn't help you, tell me why in the comments. If you have any questions or anything at all about Magic, let me know down in the comments and I will try to answer it. I stream every single day on Twitch. The link to that will be in the description box below. So if you want to come chill, hang out, watch me play some Magic, talk. I wish there was a way I could actually play against viewers. That'd be a lot of fun. Sadly there isn't, but hopefully they'll add a way soon. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this video was actually helpful to you. Try to keep it somewhat to the point. I know it's a lot longer than probably it should be, but I really do hope you found at least one bit of useful information in this. If you would like to see a deck building guide, then let me know down in the comments and I will happily make one. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it because deck building takes too long as it is, let alone making a video about it. Thank you all for watching. Peace.